I have some exciting news.
What news? You are fake news.
Well, that's good news.
Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Overnight news.
Now, the Qantas thing announced yesterday they're being asked or forced to pay $120 million by the ACCC for what they did with cancelled flights and the like back in the, 12 months ago. Where's Alan Joyce in all of this? The man who got a bonus of $24 million.
Alan Joyce is on his little holiday.
That's it. I want him tracked down. He should have to answer more questions. In fact, remember, he refused to answer to a Senate inquiry. But I see they've said this morning, I'm reading, they've promised to stop selling cancelled flights within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours.
Which is really good of them, isn't it?
I just cannot.
How about don't sell them at all?
I
The rules aren't
believe
strong
it.
enough, are
No,
they?
they're not.
Unfortunately, for
They
some reason.
they sell overbooked. They sell overbooked flights on purpose.
But the others do too. I mean,
Assuming
I recall
people
that.
aren't going to roll up.
Yeah,
Is
but
that why they do it?
yeah, but imagine doing that as any other kind of business, booking out a restaurant by 20% over in the hopes that John and Cindy
It'd be a
forget their
riot.
booking. I mean, you
Because
just
my
can't.
argument with that is they've taken you, mate. When they've overbooked that flight,
Yep.
we've all paid, as you know. You book online, you got to pay for it. So it's not like they haven't got the money out of us, is it?
They've just been allowed to do what they want for too long.
Yeah, anyway,
and it's all starting
hopefully
to
it will
go
improve.
pear-shaped.
Yes,
Yeah.
they've got a bit of marketing to do on their damaged brand, haven't they, Qantas? Telstra is going to delay the closing down of the 3G network. That was meant to shut down, I think, June 30, and has now pushed it out to August 31, so more people can get organised.
They're worried about emergency phone calls, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Some
'cause
people
a lot
won't
of
be able
people
to.
only
Yeah.
use.
That's
they've
right.
still got 3G, so
Yeah.
obviously everyone hasn't got organised. So you got a little bit more time. Those people out there with the old flip top phones.
Yeah, I feel for them because it's just like technology is great, but you can't forget about portions of society that are not up to date with. You shouldn't have to be completely up to date with technology to be able to survive. I don't think that's fair. Snowtown are thinking about changing their name. They're sick of the bad associations. Obviously, the history of the terrible crimes they weren't even committed in Snowtown, but the bodies were found there. Of course, bodies in the barrels in the bank. The bank is still there. People drive through, have a look at the bank, and then they kind of.
They just drive in for a look, and I've done this exact thing on a boys'
Yeah.
trip. We drove into the town, we went and had a look at the bank, and we went, "Oh, geez, that's a bit eerie," and then take off.
You know what I will say? I've done the same thing, Roo, a couple of times. I did have a fantastic curry at the service station
Across
there.
the road.
Yeah, it was one of the best I've ever had. So, there's people living there who are doing good work, but it is
Now,
just...
is the bank being used? Is it empty? Like the questions
think it
that
was empty
should it be
then.
knocked down, or should it even? Do you actually put a plaque on it and say
I'd make it a
historically
tourist attraction.
this is the horrible thing that happened here? Or
I think that they might be in a situation where they hate it, obviously, but they rely on it in a weird way. Because
does changing your name help? Now I'm trying to think. There's a couple of Adelaide suburbs that changed their names because they were sick of their
Yeah,
reputation.
he did that.
Well, I think Davern Park is a relatively new name.
Is it?
Yeah, they
What
changed
was
their
it
name.
before that?
I think, and please, someone will correct me.
King
here.
of Davern Park
I reckon
might
it
not
was
be out of
like
bed yet.
Elizabeth West and Elizabeth Field. It was kind of that
Okay.
era. I think Onkaparinga Hills, down south. That also is a new name.
what did
What
it used
was
to
it?
be?
Again, I need someone to help. Well, I
You brought
think
this up,
Hackham.
did
No, but I know they changed their names because
Yeah.
they want to start again,
I
refresh.
want to help
But does it
Snowtown.
help?
I'm annoyed
Yeah.
with that because they'd be
I agree
those
with
little
you.
small country
They did
towns
nothing
are
wrong.
cracking in towns.
Yeah.
It's like
They
Truro.
did nothing. Truro didn't do anything.
Well, it was closer to Blanchetown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
That's
they've
just
copped
where
it.
they found
yeah.
It's terrible. But you know what? I also think that movie Snowtown that came out really pushed out the sort of... I feel like there's a bit of a
Eerie
statue.
vibe.
Well, I feel like it just brought it to new generations because my generation had heard about, obviously, the Snowtown murders, but it wasn't the biggest thing. But that movie made us very aware of it. And the movie's called Snowtown.
So that was before your time.
The murders?
Yeah.
Yeah, before I
that's
was
interesting,
consciously
isn't
aware of it. But the movie really
How
brought it
quick
into
those
my...
years have gone.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what year was it? 90... I was born in 91, so I would have been
Okay.
little. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And Donald Trump, he's been told by the judge, you will go to jail if you keep trying to break the rules in this courtroom.
Don't be rude.
He's being a little turd.
Teflon
Is he?
Don.
Yeah, he's being a little
Right,
turd
I
in
want to
court.
get him on.
Yeah, I would
Wanna
like
talk
to
to him?
chat to him.
All right.
on.
Yeah, we'll do that later on this morning.
Have we got him coming
I've had
on?
enough. I want to throw questions at him.
Oh, God.
All right. It's
gonna be a
Rudits and
disaster.
Loz on Triple M. Root, it's and Loz on Triple M. I'm a bit nervous about this, Root. About
What
to
are
be
you nervous
welcomed
about?
by the former President of the United States,
yeah.
Republican nominee. He's trying to get back into the White House, as we know. Donald Trump, welcome to Triple M.
Thank you. I'm not sure why I'm talking to a radio station in Australia, but I'm going to fire my publicist when I get off this call.
Now, you're currently in court fighting quite a few charges. How's it all going, Trumpy?
It's a hoax. It's a hoax, Roo. It's a witch hunt. I'm innocent. I'm like the most innocent guy that's ever existed. They're accusing me of paying hush money to a porn star, conspiracy to overthrow the government. What's going to be next? I drove on the Oban. I brought fruit across the border. It's ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing.
Well, it sounds like you know a bit. I mean, do you know anything about South Australia?
Well, I know that you make a lot of wine. A lot of red wine.
Yep.
I don't drink it. I don't drink red wine. It makes me gassy.
Full of hot air.
Oh, do you know much about our little radio show down here, Triple M with Roo, Dits and Loz?
Well, I know you're number one. I heard that. That's great. Your opposition must be sleepy Joe Biden. Just hopeless, I don't want to say anything bad about Joe Biden, but he's the worst person who's ever existed in the world. He's the worst guy who's ever lived. But yeah, radio. I don't know much about radio, but if I did, I would be wonderful at it. I'd be a winner.
Yeah. No
I
doubt
would be
about
the
that.
best radio show you've ever heard.
Yep. I get that feeling. Hey, look, you've called these charges an absolute witch hunt. Why do you think this has happened to you, Donald?
Fake news. Media like low-rating CNN, failing New York Times, even Fox has turned fake. It's got so bad, but I got put under this guy. He's the best guy. He's a great guy. He's the only guy I trust. His name is Andrew Jarman. Have you heard of this guy?
Oh, no, Trumpy, don't go there.
No, he's a great guy. He's the best news, accurate news,
Yep.
never fake news.
No.
The rush hour, great. It reminds me to ask, how is Alistair Clarkson? Has he started as the Crows coach yet?
Oh, come on, we're going fine.
If I become president, those tariffs in China, they'll be gone, okay? I'll get rid of the China tariffs. China, I'll show China who's boss. The wine will be going in, it'll be coming out. No tariffs, no China tariffs.
All right,
Okay.
good on you, Donald. Thanks, Trumpy. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
That was a big coup, Roo.
Oh, well,
that was a
that's
big
him,
coup.
that's Mr. Stallone, and all the big names.
We have.
On Triple M Breakfast,
They don't have Fritz in Sydney.
it's time for the Heaps Good Quiz.
Righto. Good prize up for grabs, isn't it? Sending someone down to Morpheville with the races this weekend. The Goodwood Handicap is $1 million race.
Food, 4-hour
Yep.
drinks package,
Great
beautiful
weather.
weather, great socialising.
Gonna
If
be
you don't
great.
like the horses, it doesn't matter.
You'll
You
have
can
a good day.
great
Hey,
afternoon.
the other thing they're doing is this putt for dough. You can win $100,000. Have you heard
Stop
about this?
it. What do you mean?
They've been running it over the whole carnival. They've got this putt thing out there, and you putt, and there's $100,000 up for grabs.
Loz, you're a good putter. You should head down
Yeah.
for that.
Would we say that I'm a good putter?
Well, I'm trying to pump you up.
I mean,
All right, let's get into the Heaps Good Quiz. First up,
Thanks,
Jamie from Royal Park. G'day, Jamie.
How you going?
Good. Oh,
Come on,
Jamie,
Jamie,
come
get pumped up.
mate.
Come on, we need
What,
you
did
up
you
and
just
about,
roll
Jamie.
out of bed or something?
First cab off the rank.
Just finished the night shift.
Where do you work,
Oh,
Jamie?
did ya?
Where do you work?
Adelaide Brighton Cement.
Oh, good on you.
How are they going down there?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like an off-air chat.
All right, let's rip into it. Question one.
It's really bad.
I'll tell you what, heads are going to roll over this. Whoever wrote this bloody first question. Right, 60 seconds on the clock.
You know-
Righto, Jamie. Who has the most showdown wins, Port or the Crows?
Rose.
Yeah. Name the iconic, infamous SA town known for the bodies in the Barrels murders.
Snowtown.
Yeah, Loz's hometown, Paracombe, hosted what festival over the weekend? Had more than 12,000 attendees.
Music festival.
Nah.
Nah.
Margie, Tanunda, what was the festival in Loz's hometown over the weekend?
Oh, the
Come on, it's on the
Come
tip of your
on.
tongue.
Let's go to Chris in Craigmore. What was the festival hosted in Paracombe over the weekend?
Was it Tasting Australia?
No.
Oh, no.
Debbie, what was the festival up in Paracombe on the weekend? Had 12,000
Attendees?
freaks there.
Debbie?
Debbie.
sorry, that was me. Oh my God, guys, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess.
Too late.
okay.
Very late.
okay.
Righto. Lockie,
Look.
Clarence Gardens. What was the festival that Loz went to in her hometown?
Food and Wine Festival.
No.
Damn it.
is that?
Jono's going to answer
Jono
it.
in Seaford. You there, mate?
Yes, it was the medieval festival.
See, the food and wine and all that, that's every weekend for Loz.
That's
This was a
right.
special one.
This was a
always
special
a
one.
food and wine
dress-up
festival.
show.
Well done, Jono. What's his prize, Roo?
Jono has won a double to the Goodwood Day at Morpheville.
Yes.
4-hour drinks package, food. You can rub shoulders with the rich and famous down there. Go and see the horses go round and round. Morpheville.com.au. Brilliant day. We could go to the medieval fair.
Yeah, next year. Yeah.
For all your steel supplies, it has to be Centurion Steel. Centurion.com.au.
G'day, it's Tex Walker from the Crows.
Come on.
Tex.
Oh, good morning, Tex.
Dits.
Now,
Tex.
look, spoke to you Friday morning, so we can move on from that. Don't need to say well
sure?
done again. Well played. Yeah, I'm
What?
not going over that
No,
again.
let's talk about it.
God's
How good was
sake.
that?
Great performance.
God's sake. All right,
How was your weekend?
Yeah, really bad, thanks. Nixie was on the Rush Hour last night talking about how you've turned things around. How do you think the form has all changed and turned around?
Well, what did Nixie say?
Got back to basic. Got back to focusing on the pressure.
Yeah, we love prioritising others. That's our overarching philosophy, and I think we've been able to do that. And I think we lost our way a little bit with our contest stuff and a little bit of our defence. So we've been able to simplify that, and everyone's very, very clear in their role they have to play throughout that. And we've been able to do that over the past sort of 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I know we're only 2 wins in the past sort of month, but we've seen a slow, gradual improvement over the last month, and the last couple of weeks we've been able to get on the right side of the winners list.
Can knock off Brisbane this week too, I reckon, on your home deck for Mother's Day. Should do the mothers a favour, shouldn't you?
Oh, let's hope
You
so.
wouldn't want to ruin Mother's Day for everyone.
No.
Come on,
We'll
Tex.
make every mum.
Don't ruin Mother's Day.
Exactly.
Because
I've been told.
your mum will get angry.
Yeah.
She will. Yeah, she'll be having a glass of wine, probably watching.
Your mum's the best.
Yeah.
I like your mum. She sent
How
me a
is
hair
that?
straightener.
How is that
Yeah, I
hair
use it
straightening
all the
on?
time.
Not well. No, I'm just
Oh,
joking.
you
Just joking.
You
All
are
right,
on
now,
thin ice.
big breaking story
Right.
overnight. Just imagine this.
Centre bounce, O'Brien wins the tap, down to Dangerfield. Dangerfield out of the middle, has a bounce, has 2 bounces, out on a lead, Walker. Dangerfield hits Walker right on the chest.
Wow, could this be happening?
Who's that
Could this be?
commentating?
Oh, he's a dud.
He's
Could
been
this be
sacked.
happening?
Thought of having a throat lozenge or
What?
what's wrong with your voice then?
He's been drowning his sorrows for 3 days.
Yeah,
Have you?
yeah.
A few savvy
Got the
blocks.
hammering.
Oh, you're asking the wrong bloke. I'm not on list management.
Come on, you
have
would
to ask
know.
me.
You must know.
I don't know
You
anything.
should
I know nothing.
No.
Tex doesn't know nothing
I
either.
got no idea, honestly.
You
It's-
two are hopeless. Fair dinkum. You give us nothing.
How
I'd
much?
find it very unlikely, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's 34. He wanted to go home to be with mum and dad, and
Yeah.
Owns half of Moggs Creek.
yeah, exactly.
It'd be weird. Would it?
Good
like,
joke.
Like just in terms of just like a personal thing, would it be tense if you came back, or have you guys you're all good now?
Nah,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I think that's.
It's like getting back with an ex.
All right. Now,
Bit of
just
a swing and
on,
miss.
just on something else. Are you familiar with the hare and the tortoise story?
the hare and the tortoise.
Yeah, I was watching 7 News last night, and Graham Corns raised this highlight.
In particular, Taylor Walker's not renowned for his chasing and tackling, but this effort to chase down Zach Butters and cause the turnover was inspirational. The Crows were never going to lose after that.
I want you swabbed. The slowest bloke in the AFL ran down the fastest bloke in the AFL.
Hang on.
I want
I'm
you
not the
tested.
slowest.
Yeah, come on.
You reckon I'm the slowest?
Easily.
That's the nicest thing someone in the Corns family's ever said to me.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It actually was a magnificent highlight. I'll be honest. We were calling the game, and you were. I mean, it was a big moment in the game.
Geez, I tell you what, if Ranks didn't get in my way, I probably would have tackled him to the ground. Ranks got in my way. No, it's that's what we got to do as a big forwards. So it was a very good win.
And Jake Saligo's going from strength to strength. Tex, you wouldn't be surprised about it, but he has put together a month of pretty bloody good football.
He's a superstar. Yeah, he's just got better and better every week over the past sort of 4-6 weeks. I knew he had it in him, but to be able to perform the way he has over the last month's been quite inspirational to our young kids, and it's a fair reason why we're playing good footy. So.
Someone said he could potentially be a captain. Has he got leadership attributes?
Oh, yeah, he's one of those kids that's pretty much like, follow me, I'll by my action. So
does he talk up in meetings? Does he talk up pre-game and stuff like that? Is he getting confidence to do that yet?
Sometimes, yeah. He makes me look like a brain surgean genius.
What, he can talk?
Oh.
No, he's not.
No, he can't.
He's all right. He's getting better.
Well, don't pick on him.
No, you are.
Support him.
Yeah, I support him. I love him. He's a great kid, and he'll be at our footy club for a long, long time. Our Crows fans are going to love him.
Yeah, they do.
Now, Tex, heard a whisper the little fella went to Auskick last night.
He did, yeah. Hugo started Auskick last night, and Ellie said about, 2 o'clock yesterday. He didn't start till 5, that it was the longest day of parenting she had, because he asked about 100 times, when are we going to Auskick, Mum? When are we going to Auskick? But, he loved it, and Louis was running around. He had his Crows gear on, and so we might just say, go and join in next week.
Yeah.
But, no, it was good. I suppose it's the start of all the kids' sport, Loz, so looking forward to...
How old were you when you first got into
I reckon
it?
you're about 3 or 4.
Wow.
Back then.
We only had under 10s at Wakery, but you're allowed to play when you're about 5 or 6.
How old were you when you played, Ray?
About 5 or 6.
Yeah. So about then.
And your dad got you into it like it was a family thing?
It was family, yeah.
Yeah.
Dad played, uncles played, brother.
How did your dad go? He got inducted into the Hall of Fame in New South Wales on the weekend. How was that? Would have been a great night for the family.
Yeah, he was talking riddles by the end of Friday night, but it was a great night. My brother, sister and I all travelled over to celebrate with Dad, and I don't think we've ever done that.
Did he get emotional?
We didn't have to talk. You just had to stand up. There's 100 people inducted, so 61 players.
Was it an inaugural event?
Inaugural, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So
who were the legends that got on? We know that Wayne Carey got stopped by the AFL. Who did get inducted?
Paul Kelly, Tony Lockett, and I can't remember the other guy's name. He was more admin, so I think he started like footy in New South Wales, and he was pretty much the founder.
What were some of your dad's achievements?
He played over 350 games back home. Represented New South Wales footy, won 4 medals back home.
Did he?
He got inducted for fathering Tex.
Yeah, poor bucker. Hang on, have you met me sister?
No.
Yeah, that's a job in itself. And me brother,
girl.
he's a bullfed. It was a great weekend. We had a great time until we went to the Indian kebab shop about 2 a.m. in the morning. And that was that repeated on me all weekend.
Yeah, they do, don't they? How many was he afford? Like what?
A little stocky midfielder.
Okay, nice. So, little West End can.
He was a little West End can with big elbows, I think.
Big elbows.
Tell us your joke, Jackson.
Well, I started reading a book. It was a horror story, and it was in Braille, Dits. Something bad is about to happen. I can feel it.
Not bad.
All right.
Not bad. Have a good
that
week.
showed 5 years.
Remember, don't ruin Mother's Day.
No,
okay?
win.
Rumour time.
Yeah, I can confirm something I dropped, I think, last week.
Right.
About Bernard Fanning releasing some new music. He's not going to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
So Bernard Fanning.
Love him.
Love Bernard Fanning. Look, he's got new music on the way, new material on his own, but he's an amazing songwriter, so I dare say it'll be sensational. He's going to be joined by someone also quite iconic in Australia.
G'day, it's Bernard and Paul here. We're very excited to announce that we have a new musical project called Fanning Dempsey National Park.
This project is all brand new music, and we can't wait for you to hear the first single, Disconnect, which will be released this week.
So Paul Dempsey, you may know as Something for Kate, and they're going to join up together and release new music as a sort of supergroup, which is exciting.
So a duo?
A duo, yeah, I think so. And some of the other members of the band will be, Something for Kate will be involved as well. But I'm excited to hear it. They're both great songwriters.
Rumour confirmed.
I feel like you're rubbing salt into the other Powderfingers band members' wounds.
Yeah, I think. Well, Bernard tours and sings
So
Powderfinger songs
Fanning
without
with
them.
Something for Kate.
Yeah,
Sounds like it, yeah.
But they're called Fanning Dempsey National Park. That's their new name. So they've created a new sort of group.
FDMP.
Yeah, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Something uncomfortable about that.
Oh
no, I love Powderfinger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it. What did we do yesterday? We had 2 rumours yesterday. Did you drop one?
Very handy player, a free agent from GWS, Harry Perryman. Port Adelaide are chasing and are talking to Harry Perryman.
Okay, and we had this one as well.
I heard after Live Golf that Liv are chasing Hideki Matsuyama, the world number 15, to try and cash in on the Japanese market. And interestingly enough, watching yesterday, Greg Norman was in Tokyo watching the Live Golf yesterday.
See a good golfer, Dits?
Yeah, very good. Won the Masters, I think, a couple of years ago.
The moment. AutoCam, real-time video from Automasters. Triple M's Rumour Mill, Adelaide's most listened to segment. Hear it every day at 7:40 on Roo, Dits and Loz.
My rumour today, you know, there have been many, many movies and docos made about sporting champions.
Yeah.
Internationally and in Australia.
Seabiscuit?
All sorts of
Farlap?
sporting champions. I said sporting champions. You've gone straight to the... Try to build the drama, Roo. You've gone straight to racehorses anyway. This is the next one.
Galo chop at the 350. Winks on the outside. Bowman hasn't moved yet. The valley's rocking and the world is
There you go.
rocking.
A
Winks
movie is about to be released about the Great Winks.
Oh.
What was that? The valley's rocking in it and the world is
The
knocking.
world is knocking,
Oh.
yeah.
Were they horse names or was that just a bit
Once it
short-lived?
wins in Australia,
Yeah.
it'll go and take on the world over there. So
Right.
that's what's knocking.
Yeah, so there you go. Look out for a movie all about the life of Winks.
Who's going to be in it? Who's going to play the horse?
Don't know.
Camilla
Don't know. They're
Parker
auditioning right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I might take my wife to that. I took her to Sydney to go and watch her run in.
That's right.
Winks one in Sydney, so I think
Oh.
for her next birthday, I'll take her to that. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
She'd
Loz?
love
be
that.
wrapped.
All right.
She'd be wrapped.
If you've got some goss, as always, 1-333-5, $3,000 up for grabs for the
Yeah.
best rumour of the month. It's Rude, it's Loz, Triple M.
No, there's a story in the Advertiser today talking about the fact that leaders of the Snowtown community have seriously discussed renaming their town to try and squash the stigma that it's been living with everyone there for the last 20-odd years due to the bodies in the barrel murders that have stained the town, I guess.
Yeah.
They didn't even occur in the town. It was just they were
Exactly.
stored there. I mean, nobody in that town did anything wrong.
No.
But that's what it's known for now, and that's
Yeah.
what you do it. And I said earlier, we went on a boys' trip to Port Augusta. We called in there. We had a look at where the bank was. We went in the main street, and then we took off and just went, oh shit, that's and that's exactly what
I did
people
exactly
do.
the same thing.
And that's what everyone does, and they don't like it, and they're sick of it.
And if you Google Snowtown, which I just did, what do you think comes up?
Yeah.
Bodies in the barrels.
Just
And
the first 10 stories of...
It's
a
not just
beautiful
that.
little town.
Yeah, yeah.
A movie came out which was called Snowtown, and that sort of retold the story to a new generation because I was born in 91 and the murders happened between 92 and 99, and I think they were the bodies were found in 99. So I was a kid. I didn't really know anything about it, but watching that movie has put it in my head forever. So I think it's just going to be very hard for them to shake that stigma unless they try a rebrand. I don't know.
Would it work?
Do rebrands work for towns? If there's anyone living in Snowtown or got a connection with Snowtown listening right now, give us a call on what's it like living there. Are you sick of it? Do you think a name would change it?
Would it work?
What do you guys want? The locals up there.
I wonder about the bank. It's just sitting
It'd
there.
annoy the hell out of me.
Should they be knocking the bank over
Yeah.
forever to get rid of it, or do you actually keep it because of the historical...
I reckon they need to capitalise on
the
it.
story.
But is
Turn it
that-
into a positive.
How do they do that?
Well, people are going to come there. Why don't you then show them all the great things to do there, or try and get something good out of it?
Yeah.
But
is
Port-
it-
people go to Port Arthur and have a look down there. Don't
Yeah, they do.
And
Can I-
That's become
I-
a
this is a
tourist
very,
thing.
very loose connection, but if you go to the old Adelaide jail, they'll take you into where the
That's
last
right.
person ever was hanged.
Yeah.
Right. And you stand there and go, well, should you have shut that down because someone died or many people were killed there? So similarly, do you have
I
some
think it's-
type of shrine to the people that lost their lives and were in
World Trade
the
Centre?
bodies
People
in the
go
barrel?
there, don't
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I think there is something just very
Eerie.
touchy and eerie about this particular case, and the victims' families are still alive, and
That's
it's
right.
very recent in our sort of cultural history.
All
so
right.
I don't know how it would work.
Let's take some calls,
1-333-533.
yeah.
Yeah.
Roo telling us about this article this morning about Snowtown.
Yeah, well, they're leaders of the community. They've seriously considered discussing changing the town's name. They're sick of all the connection with the bodies in the barrels, and unfortunately that's not going to change. What do people think out there? Let's head to Karen. Where are you from, Karen?
I'm from Black Springs.
Where's that?
30 k's east of east of Clare.
Okay.
South of the borough.
Nice.
Yeah, no worries.
Beautiful.
So what's your connection with Snowtown?
Okay, I work at Clare Hospital in the Allied Health Department or in the health department. And we actually go across and run a strength and balance group for older people.
Yep.
In the actual town hall, they've converted that
At
to a
Snowtown?
full gym at Snowtown.
Okay.
And we go over there once a week and we run this group. And all I've got to say is the people over there are the most beautiful, kindest and caring group of people.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love my Thursdays going over there to Snowtown and spending time with them. Then they all go and have coffee together. Then they all go and they have a men's group. They have a chat group there. Everything sort of revolves around helping one another and looking after one another.
It's a brilliant town, isn't it?
It is. And like, if you actually saw that gym, that whole hall is a full gym inside.
So what do you think about changing the name? Do you think it's something they should look into, or do you think they should stick with it?
I think it'd be sad if they did. I don't know what they'd call it, but yeah, there is still that stigma there, which is just horrible for
Do
them.
the locals talk about it, Karen?
A little bit. They did when it first came back, because I just said how sad it is that it's been brought back up again now this guy's been released. And they said yes, and they talked about what had happened because they'd all been there, because these are like people sort of older.
But they just get on with their lives, I guess.
They do get on with their lives, and it's a really caring town.
Good on you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
Good positive call. Phil from Woodville, what would you like to say?
Oh, good morning, team.
Morning.
Look, I've got great memories. Mum and Dad lived there and then moved to Kalunga. I was actually supposed to be born at the Snowtown Hospital.
Oh, wow.
But there were some complications and I ended up being born at the QEH, which I live about a kilometre away from nowadays. But yeah, the memories are just getting put on the Bluebird at Salisbury and going up and getting picked up at Snowtown. All the kids up there, it was still a rail town, but not as, vibrant as probably was back in the earlier days. But yeah, look, I just think it's a brilliant little town. And
do you think they should change the name?
No, not at all. No, I think that they need to stick to their guns.
And how would you feel about if they turned the bank into some sort of
What is actually
a
happening
shrine
with
or
it
a
at the
tourist
moment?
attraction?
Is it idle?
No,
or?
look, I reckon the best thing to do for that town would be to demolish that bank.
Yeah. Because people go and look at it, don't they?
Well, it's just that, it's almost like, sort of morbid tourism.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, good on you, Phil.
One of the hardest things for country towns is to get people to turn off a highway and come into a town when they're off the main road.
Yeah.
If you knock it over, would people
Well, I think
still go into the town?
One of the sad things they do, this is a different story, but the bypass roads now, that because you actually you don't drive through Snowtown anymore. do you?
No.
And drive past
That's got to be bad for towns, doesn't
Well, it is. It absolutely kills them. That's what I'm saying. One of the hardest things is to get people to go off and spend money in the local newsagent, in the local pub, in the local deli,
What
in the
he
local
just said
coffee
about
shop.
morbid tourism is do you capitalise on the morbid tourism and do you make
Capitalise
money,
on it.
or do you try and start again? I think that's the big question for him.
Well, at the moment, if they drive past it, you've got $0
Yeah.
for the town. This is and this is an economic discussion we're having, but if they drive past, you get nothing out of it. If they come in, have a little morbid bit, but then go and have schnitzel at the pub, or go to the newsagent or do something, isn't that better?
Yep. Sounds like there's a new black market out there.
Well, there's always a black market, Ditz, where people need a little bit of support. We've all been, not all of us, but a lot of us have been in trouble with demerit points. I've lost my licence for 3 months for running out of points. I've ran out of points and gone the double or nothing rule, where you can get 1 point back and you've got to be a good boy for 6 months.
Can you do that? Can you bargain with them?
Yes, you can.
I didn't know that.
You can do the old. I think you have to. You either lose it for 3 months or you go 6 months without getting done again.
Do you find that when it rains it pours? Like, I won't have a speeding ticket or anything for years, and then all of a sudden, like I got done on my phone in the McDonald's drive-through, and then I accidentally went through a red light, and then I got caught speeding.
I'd challenge
all
that
in the same
McDonald's one. I reckon, to me, that's private property.
Yeah, look, that I tried, but
You're phoning in your order.
they didn't want to hear it. Yeah.
But the story yesterday was about people going to social media trying to get people to take your points, and
For money.
how much they want to pay. Well, people were putting up how much they're willing to pay to cop their points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is obviously illegal. But Have you?
But we've all heard.
Have you seen it on social media?
No, and I had no idea that there was a financial element to this. Obviously, I was aware that there are people out there, I've never met any, who absorb each other's points if they're in a bind, which I do think it's an insanely easy system to crack. Like, people are just...
Well, family members.
All you have to do is sign a
Grandma's
stat
always
tech.
handy for a couple of points.
Yeah.
Mum doesn't get caught too much.
That's right. Yeah, and again, these are just hypotheticals. I have no idea of anyone actually doing it in my real life. But you hear about that. The fact that people are selling them, though, now...
Yeah.
That's interesting, and I would like to hear 133353. Not that
How
you're
much is
doing
the going rate? Has people
I
seen
saw
it
last night,
online?
$150 a point. So 3 points, $4.50.
You're on the forums, are you, Ditz?
I saw it on the news last night.
He runs a forum.
133353.
Dix's
Or you can
points.
text on 0488851047. You can be anonymous if you need to be. Or
Have you seen it? Have you not that we don't want to hear if you're participating in it because we don't want you to admit to an actual crime. But have you just seen people selling and buying points?
All right.
What's it all about? Not that I need to know for any reason in particular.
How much are demerit points worth? Asking this for
On the black market.
reason this morning. I need a bit of help myself. But, no. But we saw a story on the news last night. $150 per point.
Well, people are prepared to pay. It's all over social media.
Yeah.
It's illegal, but they're still putting it on there. It's amazing. We've got an anonymous caller on the line. What have you seen online, Anonymous?
How you going, guys?
Good.
The cameras that are in cars, the old camera cars, not the fixed cameras at traffic lights, are now catching you coming toward the van.
Yeah.
So your face is actually in the photo. And I found this out by accident. So because I got a fine and I was like, I don't remember this. So you can go online and you can check it and you can request a photo. So you look at the photo. And there's me mug. Square in the photo.
I've got you.
Well, that's the last time I do that.
Which camera are you saying actually gets your face?
So you know the little Hyundais now that they've got, they park them on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And you're driving, so they catch you coming toward the car, and then they catch you after you pass the car. So if you're speeding, your mug's square in the photo.
Yeah.
So
But are you saying if you try and flog them off?
Yeah.
They'll
they will
know.
go back. You reckon we've got the resources to go and check
I don't know if they've got the resources, but if they turn around and
challenge you,
think something sus, they can challenge it. They can go, well, hang on, that's you in the photo, but you just said your mum's driving the car.
Your mum lives in Rockhampton, and you said she was on Kensington Road.
You got to drive around in one of the glasses, the nose, and the moustache, like the Groucho Marx. So that's what you need.
Yeah. There you go, problem solved.
Yeah, what were we thinking about?
Oh, Ditz in the car with that on. That's incredible.
That'll do it.
Triple M breakfast with Blue Dits and Loz.
What a goal!
Overnight sports.
Tex Walker joins us every Tuesday morning. He came in this morning on the back of a story that appeared on 7 News last night about the possible return of Paddy Dangerfield to the Crows.
Tex doesn't know nothing either.
I got no idea, honestly.
You two are hopeless. Fair dinkum. He give us nothing.
Find it very unlikely, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's 34. He wanted to go home to be with mum and dad, and
owns half of Moggs Creek.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be weird. Would it?
Good joke.
Like just in terms of just like a personal thing, would it be tense if he came back, or have you guys you're all good now?
Nah.
Yeah.
Fine.
I asked him about Jake Saligo and the form he's had over the last month.
He's a superstar. Yeah, he's just got better and better every week over the past sort of 4-6 weeks. I knew he had it in him, but to be able to perform the way he has over the last month's been quite inspirational to our young kids, and it's a fair reason why we're playing good footy.
On the Showdown medal, you went on to ask Tex, could young Saligo actually be a future captain?
Oh, yeah, he's one of those kids who's pretty much like, follow me, I'll by my action. So
does he talk up in meetings? Does he talk up pre-game and stuff like that? Is he getting confidence to do that yet?
Sometimes, yeah. He makes me look like a brain surgeon genius.
What, he can talk?
Oh.
No, he's not.
No, he can't.
He's all right. He's getting better.
Jakey Sligo, little star. Port Adelaide continuing on a little bit of soul searching after the Showdown loss. Tyson Goldsack, their assistant coach, wasn't too confident that they're all on the same page about the game plan and whether it can stack up in a big game.
Just want to believe in that the footy that we've been training for so long stacks up. And at the moment we're at a little bit of a stalemate, I think, with that.
Are you concerned about that comment?
Oh, no, I thought it was honest.
That they don't know if their game plan can stack up in a big game.
Well,
what
I think-
message does that send to every player in the team?
I think we've said for a couple of weeks that everyone's reported on the fact that Port haven't turned up for big games for a couple of years. So I don't think anything he said there is a surprise.
But a game plan's not something you can change really quickly. Game plan's something, as he said, you've trained for all
Well, they're not
summer.
buying it, are they?
Yeah, because he's saying they don't believe in it.
Oh, I don't know about that, but he said they're not sticking to it and they're not buying into it.
So you reckon it's not that then the game plan they want to play can stack up, they're just not playing the way the game plan is?
Look, that's an interesting question. If you go back to the showdown the other night, you know that about the first 6 or 7 goals were almost unopposed running into the 50. Fogarty took 2 marks at the start. They weren't unopposed. But a lot of the goals were. Now, is that the game plan or are they doing?
Wouldn't be the game
Are
plan.
they
You'll
running
allow the opposition?
Yeah, are they running against the coach's wishes? Who knows? They're the questions.
Some questions answered there. They got to get on top of. They take on Geelong Friday night football. There's 2 games of Friday night football this week
Are
because
there?
they're having less games on Sunday for Mother's Day.
Okay.
Crows take on Brisbane, who have got 4 big outs, 2 ACLs, and Lincoln McCarthy and Darcy Gardner, and a couple of others. And Tasmania, this is great news for the AFL. They, the opposition politicians, is it the Libs are in down there, aren't they? Is that the only state?
Yeah, they are.
Labor have said they're going to support the building of the stadium down in Tasmania now. That is great news, so that hopefully that'll all go ahead for the new 19th team in the AFL.
If you've missed anything, make sure you catch up with the full show on the podcast on Listener later today.
We had one of the biggest guests in the world on our show today.
Did we?
But he must have been a bit nervous.
Yeah.
Could have been a bit nervy. There were a couple of false starts,
There was.
weren't there?
Trumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
couple
sounded
of,
off.
Yeah, we had to stop and start a couple of times, didn't we?
Yeah.
We are rolling.
Get in, Donald voice.
Yep,
You ready to go, Donald?
Yep. Yes, I'm ready. Thank you. I'm not sure why I'm talking to a radio station.
Sorry.
Is this going to be impossible to do?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll start again. Sorry, Loz.
A lot of wine, a lot of red wine.
Yep.
You know, I don't drink it.
Keep going, Trumpy.
I don't drink red wine. It makes me gassy.
Loz. What
The
you
things
agree
that
to?
you asked me to do on this show are troubling.
Yeah.
That'll live with me forever. That segment.
Anyway,
haunt me to the
we get all the
grave.
big names on Triple M.
It's Rita, it's a Loz, Triple M.